What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
BoJack Horseman season finale just released on Netflix. The end of an era, as it were. One of the best things Will Arnett has ever done, I think. I mean, he's been part of a lot of great stuff in entertainment throughout the years. I mean, Arrested Development is probably maybe the second biggest, but that wasn't his show. He was, a supporting or one of an ensemble cast, I guess, but not the main character in that. He got his own Lego Batman movie, but that wasn't. I mean, his cameo was a little bit better in the Lego movie than the full-fledged Batman movie, but it was still good. He got his own movie, so he's doing stuff. But and he had another show on Netflix called Flaked, which was not animated; it was live action. Still set in L.A. He's still is similar character to BoJack in a lot of ways. I don't know if he was an actor necessarily, but he was an alcoholic. Self-destructive alcoholic. No, he owned a furniture store or something like that. I actually liked the show. He lived in Venice. That was a fun show. But it only lasted one season, I think. But BoJack did not. BoJack lasted 6 seasons. In my opinion of the show, that it's basically a grounded story of a self-destructive addict set in the delusion of celebrity, right? It's very surreal storytelling. The fact that they're using animation gives them the freedom to kind of attack the story, the way the story is told, and the stories that they could tell. It allows them to do whatever they want, and they did so many awesome things. I mean, from the episode where it's underwater the entire episode and there's nothing spoken. I think maybe at the end there's some one line or something like that, but it's still a great episode. There's so many classic episodes from the show that because of the animation style is beautiful. It has that. It's a watercolor texture to it, which makes it feel very organic. But then also the fact that there's human or animal people, that animals are different types of animals are basically humanoid in this world. So very surreal in that way. But even the fact that these animals, a lot of the characteristics and traits that you would associate with the actual animals also apply to the behaviors of the animal people, which adds to, makes great tools, makes great crayons in which they can color in the complete story and different stories they can tell using these characters. I really liked it. I liked the end of the movie. It completed a lot of the kind of overall arcs that a lot of these characters. I mean, so many fun characters too. From all of his friends and coworkers. For those that don't know, Will Arnett's character BoJack was the star of a sitcom in the 90s, let's say, very Full House-esque type of scenario, like a Bob Saget kind of a comparison in that way, where that was his big thing in Hollywood, and ever since then he's been struggling to kind of get back on top, quote unquote. And meanwhile, he's a huge addict, and there's a lot of ups and downs that happen through his career. You get to see it has kind of that Entourage feel where you get the behind the scenes of Hollywood. You see his agent and him trying to book roles and do these things. And, even one of his movies gets potentially nominated, and him going through all the junkets, and just it's constantly him against himself. And you get to see the destruction that happens around him and how it affects all of the people in his life. But it's just just a great ride overall story. Pretty depressing because he has so many rock bottoms, And the way especially this last season, the official rock bottom, I guess it were, is pretty. I mean, it's a wallop, man. It's like it's not trying to cookie code anything as far as like a hard hitting drama. This show had it, along with, a lot of humor, a lot of heart. The fact that it's animated kind of gives it a weird kind of mystique to it. But at the overall, the ending of this whole thing was just, it wrapped up. I thought it wrapped up everything nicely. I thought it gave everybody really nice arcs. Yeah, and it made you feel good for surviving. Like that, like it seems like he's in a good place. It seems like everybody's kind of in a good place, despite like they all kind of went through their own types of turmoils and having to deal with, the repercussions of being friends with or associated with BoJack Horseman throughout this like tumultuous career. But just so good all around. I really liked it. They split up the last season, like they released the first few episodes and then like the last few. And it's tonally, I think they're different. I mean, it's like the first few were kind of like introducing the new rock bottom, and then kind of the last few are just finally dealing with it and coming to grips with the end of what has been the BoJack like ride, basically. Yeah, and it's a good ride. I really enjoyed it. I talked more about the show. I don't know. You can go check out that previous episode. I have no idea. Just search BoJack Horseman, Ray Taylor Show. But I wanted to talk about just my overall thoughts on the series one last time as the season finale comes out, season 6 on Netflix. One of the, Netflix puts out a lot of great originals, man, and especially, the Arrested Development maybe not well received, even though had continued life. But a lot of the people from Arrested Development have had, like Ozark with the main dude, and then this with that. And I don't know if anybody else necessarily has had some Netflix success, but it's good to see. It's one of the best roles for Will Arnett. I mean, it's like, I would say probably the shining achievement for Will Arnett. I mean, it's such a great show. Just a great piece of art, kind of very similar to, it's one of the greats for sure. And for an animated show, a lot of animated shows, because they have that freedom, will go comedy-wise. You have like South Park and The Simpsons and things like that. And you'll see also, the surrealism that you can do with animation, like in Rick and Morty. There's a lot of surrealism there and a lot of kind of surreal storytelling. But this one was kind of a great marriage of like that kind of freedom you can have with animation and just a really well-written story, well-written characters, just an overall well-handled series of shows. I don't know. There's always like a season that dips, but I don't know which season this one dips necessarily. But it's good, and it's kind of it's really good. It's a really good show. Go check it out if you haven't checked out BoJack Horseman and you have Netflix. Binge the whole season. It's the whole series. It's all done. 6 seasons. Have fun. But that's it for this episode. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Go buy my artwork over at InspiredDisorder.com and save 25% when you use coupon code RTS. Follow me on social media at Ray Taylor. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!